John 1000 and Jane 1000 are officially canon. Yup, you heard that right. We just got an absolute mountain of Xenoverse 3 information. So sit back, because this might be one of the biggest Xenoverse 3 news videos I've ever made. But before anything else, we need to talk about the most important reveal. John 1000 and Jane 1000. Because somehow, against all odds, we actually won. For months, the Dragon Ball community joked about the default Xenoverse characters being called John 1000 and Jane 1000. Nobody expected Bandai to actually acknowledge it. But in the recent gameplay preview, the name shown above the custom character is J-Sen. The J stands for John or Jane, and Sen means 1000 in Japanese. John 1000, Jane 1000, basically official. We memed so hard that Bandai actually embraced it. I genuinely never thought I'd see the day. Now let's talk about what Xenoverse 3 actually is, because this game is much bigger than a simple sequel. One of the biggest revelations from the interviews is that Xenoverse 3 is essentially a reboot for the franchise. Before anyone panics, that doesn't mean Xenoverse 1 and 2 suddenly don't matter. The events still happened, the characters still existed, the history is still there. But the focus is changing dramatically. In Xenoverse 1 and 2, our job was protecting the past, repairing history whenever somebody tried to change major Dragon Ball events. Xenoverse 3 is taking the exact opposite approach. Instead of protecting the past, we are now protecting the future. And after 2 games focused on historical events, moving into completely unexplored territory gives the writers way more freedom. Though time travel is still a major component, so don't expect it to disappear completely. Now this is where Geekdom brought up an interesting theory. According to him, one of the reasons Xenoverse 3 is being treated as a reboot is because of Dragon Ball Daima and the changes Daima introduced regarding demons and the demon realm. Personally though, I'm not fully convinced. Because if we're being honest, Toriyama created Mira and Towa. Toriyama also created Daima. So the idea that Daima somehow completely invalidates Mira and Towa feels a little far-fetched to me. Could there be some continuity adjustments? Sure. But completely rebooting everything because of Daima doesn't really make much sense from my perspective. I think there's probably more going on behind the scenes than we currently know. The trailer also secretly hints at how our character arrives in this new era.
You there, is my voice reaching your ears? You have been summoned, brought here from a land far, far away.
We see Shenron summoning John 1000 into the Age 1000 hub world, and immediately Bulma and the others are confused because nobody remembers making a wish.
Who are you, and what are you doing here? Do you know what brought you here, and where you came from? I mean, do you even know where you are?
That's where my theory comes in. I think the final Xenoverse 2 DLC is going to directly lead into Xenoverse 3. Somebody summons Shenron. That wish transfers our Xenoverse 2 character's soul into the future, and that soul becomes a new being in Age 1000. That would explain why we create a brand new custom character while still maintaining a connection to Xenoverse 2. Honestly, that's a pretty clever way to connect the 2 games. Now, races. This is one of the things I'm most excited about. All races from previous Xenoverse games are returning, but Hirano also heavily hinted at entirely new races joining the roster. He couldn't reveal everything yet, but just the possibility opens up so many options. Glins, demons, bioandroids, Siri-aliens. The list goes on. And considering this is a completely new era, introducing new races makes perfect sense. On top of that, the trailer showed different body types, which Xenoverse players know is huge. One of the biggest complaints in Xenoverse 2 was how similar every character ended up looking. Xenoverse 3 is clearly addressing that. Now this might actually be the biggest piece of information from the entire interviews. According to Hirano, Akira Toriyama worked more on Xenoverse 3 than he did on Dragon Ball Online. If you know Dragon Ball history, that's a gigantic statement. Dragon Ball Online had Toriyama's fingerprints all over it. Races, characters, world building, entire civilizations. So hearing that Xenoverse 3 had even more involvement than that tells me Bandai is treating this as a major Dragon Ball project, not just another sequel. Everything we've seen so far screams ambition. And then the story mode. This is where things get crazy. The main story alone is expected to last between 20 and 30 hours. Xenoverse 1 was 15 to 17 hours. Xenoverse 2 was around 19 to 20. Now we're potentially looking at 30 hours, and that's just the main campaign, not side quests, online content, raids, or future DLC. The developers are clearly investing heavily into the narrative, and honestly good, because Xenoverse has always been at its best when it tells creative Dragon Ball stories. Combine that with a new era and a massive runtime, and you've got the ingredients for something special. The developers have also said they want Xenoverse 3 to have a long lifespan just like Xenoverse 2. And look, Xenoverse 2 surviving nearly a decade is ridiculous. Nobody expected that. So if Xenoverse 3 is getting that same treatment from day one, we're potentially looking at another game that lasts for years. Crossplay is officially confirmed. Finally. But there's a catch. It won't be available at launch and is planned to arrive later through updates. Disappointing, but I'd rather have delayed crossplay than no crossplay at all. Here's another massive reveal. Time patrols are gone. The Time Patrol, as we know it, does not exist in Age 1000. That's insane, because the Time Patrol has been the backbone of this franchise since day one. What happened to them? Did they disappear? Did they evolve into something else? We don't know yet, but it's one of the mysteries I'm most interested in. And speaking of things people are questioning, a lot of people are asking where Goku is in Xenoverse 3, because we haven't seen him at all. Is he dead? No, he's actually alive. In the first teaser, we actually got a glimpse of him, and it looks like he's wearing brand new clothes we've never seen before. So I'm excited for Goku 1000. Now, not everything was positive. The biggest thing I'm not sold on is Soul Assist. It feels too similar to mechanics we've already seen in Dragon Ball, the Breakers. Basically, a temporary timer-based support mechanic. Maybe it'll grow on me, but right now, it feels a little gimmicky. Visuals are a mixed bag too. The environments look absolutely gorgeous. Lighting, detail, everything looks significantly more modern than Xenoverse 2. But the character models don't fully match the quality of the environments yet. Something still feels slightly off. That said, this game isn't releasing tomorrow. It's releasing in 2027. Which gives Bandai plenty of time to polish things before launch. No official release date yet, but my prediction is early 2027, maybe March or April. The marketing strategy feels very similar to what Bandai did with Sparking Zero, and when companies start doing monthly info drops this early, it usually means a major push is coming. That's just my prediction, nothing confirmed. And the fact that we're getting new Xenoverse 3 information every month is honestly the most exciting part of all this. We've barely scratched the surface. Race reveals, transformation reveals, story details, an official release date. There's still so much coming. I'll save the deeper gameplay breakdown for the next video, because trust me, there's a lot to go through there as well. Now it's time for shoutout time. Shout out to Ray Blue from the previous video who commented about Beast Gohan's hair being too long. Honestly, I completely get it. First time I saw it, I thought they cranked the hair slider to maximum, so yeah, that's about it. Like the video, subscribe. We're trying to reach 25K, and until next time, take care and see ya.